was so much that happened between me and Ruchee.
What happened?
Both good and I wouldn't say bad, but kind of
Less good.
Less good. Let me say that. After I let her know that I was still open to getting to know Catherine, but I was focused on her.
Yeah.
She went and talked to Jess. Boy, when I tell you, when she came back with him. She's, Andre, I promise you, I'm not a fucking dickhead. And I was
Ruchee!
like,
Oh, but you didn't know that she was eye rolling.
No, so obviously because I was like here, so she was literally behind me, and like you could see her like, and then like staring. And then when I look back, I was like, oh, okay. Like I thought that was like a bit bitchy, but.
We are back for another episode of Reality. Andre and Charlotte are in the building.
How's it going?
Fresh from the villa. Welcome to the studio, guys.
Thank you for having us.
How does it feel to be back in the UK?
It's good, yeah.
It feels good.
What was the weather like in Mallorca?
It's quite nice for most of the time.
Yeah, and then sometimes it was
alright.
raining.
Yeah,
Is
the
it?
rain was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't
right,
expect
proper
it.
rain.
Yeah.
Thunderstorms as well. Do
Yeah,
you
there
remember
was
there was a
thunder,
couple
and
of
lightning.
thunderstorms? And
I
lightning.
promise.
Lightning.
They didn't believe me. Some of them didn't believe me because they were all sleeping one night, and I was like, "There's lightning." They were like, "That's the lights." I was like, "No, I promise there was," and no one was there to like. But I swear, did anyone see? They were all like, "No, I was asleep." I was like, "Well."
Oh my gosh, before we even talk Love Island, have you heard of the Submarine stuff?
I have. There's been.
I haven't.
Yeah.
You haven't heard of
No.
it? Are you living under a rock?
Yeah. Basically, I'm just in my own world.
No, basically,
Tell me all.
a few ex-islanders went on a submarine.
Yikes.
and-
Oh, so he wasn't joking?
No.
Oh, okay,
Ex-islanders,
right.
ex-islanders went on a submarine.
Yeah.
And the batteries ran out, and then they found them, and then now they're on a ship. Like, you know these islanders.
Is this a joke?
No.
Is it
No,
true?
No.
yeah.
Oh.
A few ex-Love Islanders are on a submarine, and
it's even
the batteries
different.
ran out, and they found them, but the islanders aren't being named.
Are they safe?
Well, we think they're safe now, but the islanders aren't being named, so we're just trying to find out who they are and stuff. But it's just a crazy situation.
Wow. I just didn't expect that.
It's a crazy life, isn't it?
Wow. Are you lying? You guys are lying. You guys are lying. Are you lying? Are you lying? You are. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did you know that? What did you discuss? Did you discuss before?
No, I just didn't mean it. Andre, you're a good actor.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Oh my. I don't trust you
I
now.
felt
You're
bad. I felt bad because I wanted to be
screaming
like.
crying.
trust issues.
I wanted to be like, nah, he's
Oh
lying.
my
but then-
God.
No, it's actually quite a serious situation where basically 5 people have gone in a submarine to, I think 3 of them are like genuinely like paid for a spot in there, and 2 of them are just like crew members. They've gone in a submarine. Why are you laughing? This is actually quite a
'Cause I'm
serious
just
thing.
baffled. I don't trust you. I don't believe
No, this is
you.
now a serious thing. And
Right.
but they've gone in the submarine basically to try and basically see the Titanic underwater.
Really?
Yeah, no, you have to go like 3,000 meters deep,
Wow.
and basically they had like tested this whole thing out, right? And they've had reason to believe that it's gonna work and it's all fine. But I think on Sunday, either late Sunday or Monday, they lost signal. And basically, when you're in the submarine, it's just such a fascinating story. When you're in the submarine, there's only a certain amount of oxygen they have.
Oh,
so, for
yeah,
example, they have like
yeah.
oxygen for 3 days. As we record this, the oxygen's running out, and no one can find them.
Oh,
but
Christ.
yesterday, the rescue teams who were basically searching for them heard banging noises around the area where
damn.
they went missing. So I don't know. Fingers crossed they can be found.
Fingers crossed.
God, I've got a lot
honestly.
to catch up on after this. I need to look at you and this.
You
I'm
are
probably going to have an arm's length. Right, I need to look at that. Okay.
Right, back to Love
Right.
Island. Have you watched yourselves back yet?
Not fully.
Clips.
Not all.
I've watched clips. I've watched a
Yeah.
couple of edits of me and the girls I was coupled up with, because that was like all over my TikTok, all over my Twitter, and just socials in general. But I haven't sat down to actually watch from episode 1 to the episode.
Why don't you watch episode 1? You were there from the beginning. You were
Like-
there in the opening.
I've watched I think half of the episode, but we've been so busy since we
So
came out. Yeah,
busy,
just
yeah.
like forwards and backwards.
Wow.
So
I
yeah,
need
I
to
can't wait
catch
to like
up.
sit down.
Have
and-
you watched, Charlotte? Have you watched?
So obviously I watched from the beginning because I was in quarantine for 2 weeks. So they
Yeah.
flew me out the same day. I think they were deciding like when they were going to put me in. And then when obviously they decided bombshell, that's when it was a waiting game. So they said you can watch the episodes. So I was watching, but I still feel like I just want to start them all like from start to finish. So I feel like I was so excited I'd be watching it, but I wouldn't be like fully taking it in because I was just so like so buzzing. And then the ones of me, I've watched some, but I've not watched them all. I wasn't even in there that long, but I've not watched them all.
Yeah.
But I will. Can't wait.
What are the villa bedrooms like? Because there's been rumours about like what it's like in the villa bedrooms. Some people say it stinks in there. Some people say it's messy. Some people like, what is the deal?
I don't think it stinks. When I first went in there, I think it was it really messy? It was at the dressing room. But then they obviously do tidy it up. Because I was making my bed. Because I made the bed. And then I thought, God, no one else has made their bed. And then I realised that someone came. I said to Zach, I said, everyone's like, they made their beds. They're all perfect. And he's like, oh, yeah, I did it. And I was like, well, you didn't. And then I clocked it must have been someone that came in to make them. But, I was the loser making my bed.
Nah, me and you both, to be honest. I'd wake up every morning, bed done.
But it doesn't smell. I don't think so.
No, it doesn't smell. It's quite like it's a nice setting because when everyone goes to bed at night, like you can see like everyone.
Yeah.
So I remember one of the Love Island seasons, and it was like the beds were right next to each other. I can't remember what season it was, but this one here, there's like bed there. So like you can literally look opposite and see to whoever couple it is, like whether they were arguing at night or smooching or doing their business.
So what was it like loud at night time? Like could you hear the kids like?
Yeah, you can hear kissing.
Yeah, you can hear kissing. I think the first night as well, everyone was getting told off for like being loud, and I was like, oh my God, what have I got myself into like with these animals? And then they were like, right, guys, like Islanders, like time for bed, and then they were still talking. I'd be thinking, oh my God, like they're literally breaking.
And
the
you don't know what
rules.
the time is.
Yeah,
No,
you
it's
didn't know
so
what the time
weird.
was.
Yeah, it's really weird.
But did you try and figure out what the time is? Like, was there a way to?
I found out what time it was because when I went on my date with Whitney, I saw in the car what time it was.
Is it?
Yeah, so then I had my phone next to me.
What time was it?
Around the time of the date, it was like around
Late?
2 p.m.
Oh,
so our date
afternoon.
on the beach, it was the afternoon. But then because I had my phone there, I was like, cool. It says it's 2 p.m. here, and it says it's XYZ here, so it's this time here.
Yeah.
But then following the days, I just lost count, and I was like, damn, like I should have.
Yeah, it's weird.
Kept
I feel
myself
like
in the
as well,
loop.
I had my phone at one point, the Google Pixel phone. I remember I looked and I was like, oh, I got the time on my phone. Then I realised the date was like completely different date, and I was like, oh, maybe not.
We've all got different
I know
times.
the time. Yeah, it was all completely
Yeah,
different.
everyone's got different date, different times.
Yeah, but I think it's best, like, you can see why they do it, because I feel like it's psychological as well. Like, if I knew it was like 3 a.m. Like I'm quite dramatic anyway, so I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so tired just from like knowing the time.
Give me
So
my
it's-
bed, man.
It's good that you don't know the time, and then
Yeah,
it's
honestly.
definitely good.
Wow.
Very good.
Let's talk about day one, Andre.
Ooh, day
When
one.
you walked into that villa,
Yeah.
and the public put you with
Catherine.
right?
Yeah,
on day
yeah.
one, they put you with Catherine. How did that feel for you?
It felt good, man. It felt good because in terms of like physical attraction, I felt that most with Catherine on day one. And I wasn't expecting to see Mitch, Jess and Ruchee as soon as I walked in. I thought I was going to have to do the step forwards, if you like.
Yeah.
I was ready to step forward for every babe. I was ready to step forwards. I will be in a couple by force today. I was like, let me even step forwards. But when they put me together with Catherine, it was quite nice because I was like, already from the get-go, her vibe seemed very, very nice. Do you know what I mean? So
I feel like you liked her a lot, though.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Like you were head over heels for this girl. Like from
Head over
from
heels.
episode 1 and 2, I'm like, wow, you really, really like her.
We were just like going backwards and forwards, like in a good manner. So yeah, it was good, man.
But
She
was quick to leave you, boy.
She was.
She was
indeed.
quick to leave you. How did that feel? Who did she leave you for? Was it for Zach?
Zach, yeah.
How did that feel? Because you liked her a lot, and then
Yeah,
she was
no,
just
absolutely.
like cold chicken. She was gone. No, she was gone. Like
No,
cold
she
chicken.
was for real. Like, cause when Zach had the choice to choose any girl, I was thinking, yeah, please.
Oh.
But then when he did choose Catherine, I was like, cool. This now gives me time to explore my options and see, like, beyond that it's not only Catherine that I can get along with.
Yeah.
I've got other girls here, and hopefully one of them was going to like me. Do you know what I mean? By fire, by force, like I was saying, one of them was going to like me. Mainly because I was just myself there as well. Do you know what I mean? Like I'd say that I'm very calm and composed on the outside, and I was doing that sometimes in the villa. There was sometimes where I let my emotions get the best of me, and some irrational choices were made. However, we live and we learn. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man.
So who were you with after? Was Ruchee?
Ruchee.
I
Yeah.
was here for that, you know.
Yeah.
Were you watching at this point? Like, were you?
I was.
Well, you were
but I
in.
don't
No, were you in, or
remember.
were you watching?
No, I don't think I was in at
No,
that
I don't
point.
think you were. It must
No,
have
I
been
wasn't.
Yeah, I was
in.
watching you two, and I'm like, do you know what? It makes
It
sense.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
it did
When I
make
got out,
sense.
the whole of the UK wanted that ship to.
Honestly, I was like, but what's wrong with you? Why did you do that for? Everything was going smoothly,
It was
and
going
then
so smooth.
you just
I
ended like.
flogged it. I
Why?
fumbled the bag.
Why'd you do Ruchee like that for?
Do you know what? Yeah, it was that one there where, in the episode, of course, 1 hour is shown.
Yeah.
But the other 23, of course, we're not up for the other 23. But the other 23, so much happens, and there was so much that happened between me and Ruchee.
What happened?
Both good and I wouldn't say bad, but kind of
Less good.
Less good. Let me say that, less good.
What happened?
So let's say, for example, the day where I let Ruchee know that I was still open to getting to know Catherine. I think that was shown in the episode. However, boy, the moment of Ruchee going off at me, I don't think it was shown.
Did she go off?
Yeah,
No,
day
no,
party.
yeah.
Day party, yeah.
It wasn't
No,
shown.
it was the
It
denim
wasn't.
night.
Yeah.
She went off.
She went. Everyone was arguing denim night. Everyone was arguing, and I found it crazy as to how that wasn't shown.
Yeah.
Because it was Mitch, Zach, and Molly going off, Tynella going off, Meddy and Whitney going off.
Meddy and Whitney were going off.
Everyone was going off. Literally, the only person that wasn't going off was Sammy. And he was like a floater, like a football floater, where he's just like minding his business, just walking around.
Yeah.
Everyone else beefing. And then the next morning, you could cut the tension with a knife. In the morning, it was great.
But what exactly happened between you and Ruchee?
Between me and Ruchee,
What was the dilemma there?
So, after I let her know that I was still open to getting to know Catherine, but I was focused on her, she went and talked to Jess. Boy, when I told you, when she came back with him. She's, Andre, I promise you, I'm not a fucking dickhead. And I was
Ruchee!
That's what she told me.
Ruchee!
She went off.
And I was there, I was sitting down, I was thinking, what did I do? I should have just closed my mouth and kept it stepping. But it was that one there, it was my emotions got to me because inside it's very tense. So I think the way I worded it as well wasn't what I was necessarily trying to say.
And how did you word it?
It might have seemed as if I was trying to just go back to Catherine, but me and Catherine had a conversation in regards to like our current circumstances.
See, that's what it seemed like. Because I was like, obviously, now you've explained it, it makes a bit more sense. But when I watched that scene and you were obviously letting Ruchee down, I thought, did you just use Ruchee
No.
as a placeholder to get back to Catherine?
A lot of people were saying that and I was like, what? Like, because what me and Ruchee had was very, very good and it was very genuine. But when I let her know that I was still kind of open to getting to know Catherine, I was still focused on her. But of course, she was like, yo, I'm not second place. And I was trying to let her know, like, you're not second place, bro. Like, you're my babes. Let's do it. Let's do it. Big Sean.
So if she's not second place, then what is she?
First place.
Joint first.
Because you've essentially told her, look, you want to get to know Catherine, right?
Yeah.
So how is she first place if you want to get to know someone else?
She was definitely still first place, but
if she's first place, let's make it make sense. If she's first place, then why do you want to get to know Catherine?
Mainly because I could have seen that there was a bit of untapped potential.
I see. I get it.
Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't like I'm trying to now divert and jump ship, but I just wanted to test it out whilst I had time there. And Father God, I did not have much time left.
Oh, man.
Yeah, as soon as Ruchee left, they said, Andre, pack your bags. You must go next.
Yikes.
And I was like,
and you know what? When you got back with Catherine, I don't think you got much airtime because it was actually quite cute.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you saw this part. I don't know if you were there, but it was actually quite cute watching you two. And I remember even saying on my TikTok, you know what? I'm actually rooting for these two, but not that much airtime, and then just gone.
Damn. I haven't even watched up to that point yet. So I don't know how much airtime I was getting. I don't know the conversations. Because I was like the little big brother for everyone in there.
Yeah.
Like, I was the youngest, but I was like checking on everyone, making sure that they were good.
Yeah.
Like still having that serious side, but at the same time being goofy as well. I feel like that side of me probably wasn't shown as much. Cause I was always vibing, man. Me, unserious, always unserious. I promise you, always pranking everyone and just being unserious. But
wow,
yeah, man.
And Charlotte, you entered. Did you enter with Leah?
Yeah,
you did. You
with
entered
Leah
with Leah.
Bombshells, yeah.
Yeah, bombshells. How does it feel being a bombshell? Because that's a big responsibility, you know.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
mean,
big
I was
thing.
happy. Like, I didn't have a preference whether I wanted to be like original or bombshell. I was just happy and grateful to go in.
To go in, of course.
Yeah, and then when they said obviously you're going to be a bombshell, I was like, I can't wait. All eyes are going to be on me. And then I remember I met the execs, and they're like, right, okay, you're going in with someone else. I was like, what about me? I thought I was going to go in there and shine. I don't want to go with anyone else. And then I was like, is it a girl or a boy? At least be a boy. They were like, girl. I was like, oh, great. And then when I met her, I was literally like, I'm in love.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And I just feel like I was closest with Leah in there as well. And now looking back, I'm actually really glad that I went in there with her.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Because, yeah, we both could, like, obviously, like, relate. Like, we had, like, the 3 dates, starter, main, dessert with the 3 guys. And we both picked the same guys, but, like, it was, like rotating kind of thing. So,
Exactly.
Did you pick them like side by side to each other?
what do you mean?
Like when you were choosing who you were gonna choose for the date?
Yeah.
Like, were you
Oh,
next to them?
was I? Yeah, so they just literally said, like, pick, like, 3 guys, and then they just picked, like, who we had for, like, is that what you meant? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you obviously ended up with Zach. 'Cause
Zach.
What was it? Was it you both had to choose?
Yes,
who you
we
wanted to
both
be
had
with?
to choose, and I remember I was like feeling more Zach because I was mostly like attracted to him. So
What do
he
you
was
like about Zach? Everyone loves Zach.
Now, not that much. Like, he looks nice. No, not being.
I hear it.
No,
No,
that
no.
was a bit mean. No, I do. He's a lovely chap. No, he's a lovely chap. He's nice. He's very, like, he's attractive, but personality is so important.
Yeah.
I feel like we just didn't really like gel. We just didn't. Yeah, there just wasn't that much chat. And then I thought, like, is it because he's not interested? But I have no regrets. But when me and Leah, obviously, I thought, because the order we were stood, it was me first, then Leah. So I thought, great, I've got first choice. Because I generally didn't know who she was going to pick. And I thought, oh, my God, bitch, if you pick Zach. Because I was like, I didn't know who else to pick. It maybe would have been Ty second, but I wanted to pick Zach as number 1.
Yeah.
And then she got to go first. And I was like, oh, my God, she's going to pick him. And then that's when she picked Ty. So I was like, oh, good. I can pick Zach, but yeah, we just didn't vibe. The conversation didn't come like naturally either. It was like I felt awkward. Like, I don't mind awkward silences, but it was like the whole conversations were literally just silent.
All right, let's talk about that night. Did you had to sleep in the bed with him, didn't you?
So the first night I was in with Leah, and then
Yeah.
when we got to recouple, yeah, I was in with Zach.
Yeah. How was Molly acting with you?
Yeah, Molly was fine. I think I didn't really see like how kind of close they were, so I didn't really think
So in
it
the
was like no
bedrooms,
biggie.
in the dressing room, it's all fine. She's talking as normal to you.
Yeah, I mean, she was never really like that talkative in the beginning, but I felt like it was more like afterwards when she realised like I wasn't really into him and he wasn't into me. I think that's when she started to be like a bit more open and like we would like have like banter and like laughs and stuff. But yeah, I didn't really pick up on any like awkwardness, but maybe that's because I'm a bit like in my own world. So maybe. But with the gym, did you see the gym thing as well?
Yeah, I was just about to
Yeah,
mention the gym scene.
yeah. So that was like obviously me and Zach. He was like training me, and then obviously Molly joined. But then when I look back, like she was like eye rolling and like looking me up and down. I'm like, has that just been edited, or is she generally doing that? Because at that point she was being like really nice to me as well. But then like,
Oh, but you didn't know that she was eye rolling.
no, so obviously because I was like here, so she was literally behind me, and like you could see her like, and then like staring. And then when I look back, I was like, oh, okay. Like, I thought that was like a bit bitchy, but...
Yeah. So how did that make you
Yeah.
feel? So you felt like that was quite bitchy?
Yeah, I thought it was quite bitchy, yeah, because she was being, like, so nice and, like, we was, like, laughing and stuff. And then I thought, when I saw back, I was a bit shocked.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like that as well. Like, I know, like, everyone's different and that's fine, but I'm not, like... I don't see competition. I'm not, like, beggy. Like, if we was in the other way around and she was, like, in the gym with him, I wouldn't go over and be like, oh, can I train? Like, I'm not like that. I will step, like, back. And then if someone likes me, then they like me. But if not,
Yeah.
but I don't feel any type of way. Like,
So the way I interpreted that night when I was talking on TikTok, I just basically said that scene where Molly was by the gym,
yeah,
it was like she was the bodyguard.
yeah. She, and I don't
It was
think
like
she
she
even
was his
needed a wee
bodyguard.
because she said she needs a wee, and then like, and then everyone said like, did she even actually go for a wee, or was she just like, yeah, because I think she had her arms there. and she was
Yeah.
looking.
I was just like, can you chill?
Yeah,
Like,
everyone else was like, everyone else was like looking over, and then they were like, oh, why can't she just leave them to like have their own like time kind of thing, and then
Yeah. But did you watch it back how like Jess and Molly were having a bit of like a back and forth.
Yes.
What was the energy like in
I
there between them?
did. Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit awkward at times, but nothing that was too like. It wasn't like crazy. Like
Andre,
just
what are
at
your
times.
opinions on this Jess and Molly thing?
At times, it got a bit sticky because, let's say, for example, the denim party. I always mention the denim party mainly because there was so much that happened there, so much shit that happened on at denim party. For context, denim party was the night of Mitch's birthday.
Yeah.
So, with Zach and Molly talking for hours, and none of them said happy birthday to Mitch.
Is it?
Yeah. So that was kind of what spiraled.
What, for the whole day?
Not for the whole day, but like
for most of the day?
For, like, let's say, for example, we were recording and then it hit like midnight-ish. So it must have been around like 2 a.m. or something.
That's late though.
But for that, from like midnight till that period there, like none of them said happy birthday to Mitch. Like they just kept on cracking along, but everyone else had said happy birthday to Mitch.
So did they know it was his birthday? Did they say like, right, it's past 12, it's your birthday? Or was it like that night?
Yeah. Was it like everyone knew it was his birthday?
Yeah, so he
happy
still
birthday,
didn't-
Mitch.
Exactly.
Do you know what?
Okay.
Mitch has been moving mad, but maybe now I can understand why he's been moving mad at points.
I can give him this one pass. He's got a one-time pass for moving mad that time there. But all the other
Give him
times,
that. All the other.
All the other times is a bit.
So hold on, recap. So that night, right? What we talking about? We're talking about Jess and Molly.
Yes. So
their
then
behavior. How were they with each other on that night?
It wasn't the best, to be honest, because like Jess went into Molly. Like Jess was saying to Molly, like, you're being totally disrespectful and rude. Like, how you not even going up to the guy that you're coupled up with and saying happy birthday? But there's been a couple of moments between those two, and you can definitely see that like there's definitely some tension there.
What do you think the reason is, though?
Ooh. I think in a way, Jess sees the value in Mitch. Jess like looks at Mitch and she gets along with him. She likes him a lot, but I don't think that she thinks Molly appreciates him. Do you know what I mean? So that's sometimes it could be the reason as to why she's getting onto Molly all the time.
But let's talk about like Jess and Mitch, because in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, I thought she just friend zoned him. Whereas
it was the other way around.
Really?
Yeah. It was
What,
the
he
other way-
friend zoned her?
Yeah. Because her top two.
Are you sure? I thought it was her that I thought she friend zoned
friend-zoned
him.
Like when we were inside,
Oh.
Jess was feeling Ty and Mitch the most, but Ty was cracking on with Ella, and Mitch was cracking on with Molly.
Oh.
So in terms of kind of like cracking on with either of them, they not saying that they pied her, but they were like, yeah, it's not that thing. But I know where you're getting onto because
That's
like
what I thought.
it spiraled out of nowhere. Like, I like you. I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on? Obviously, earlier this week, the whole Sammy and Jess thing, and them kind of being voted as like the weakest couple and whatever. What do you lot think about that?
I went home for no reason.
I think they're not the strongest just because Sammy is just such a flirt. Like, especially with Leah, I feel like not everyone saw like how flirty he was. Obviously, you did see a bit, but then there was like so many other times as well. It wasn't just like that one time. But I think, I don't know, just Zach and Molly, I just still feel like they should have been up there.
Really?
And also Mitch and Leah, because then I don't see them on like a romantic level.
No, I agree with you though. I agree.
Okay,
100%.
unpopular opinion here. I forgot who is it that was going off, and they were like, "But Whitney and Meddy, but Whitney and Meddy." Look, the thing is, I actually love Whitney and Meddy.
Yeah, yeah.
I want them to stay in the show. I don't need them to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
I like watching them, but
Yeah, me
they
too.
both have even admitted, that they're not each other's type on the outside or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So when I heard that vote was happening, I just automatically thought, oh, they're probably going to be in it. 'Cause I think there was a game before. Remember when you lot were playing this game and everyone said Whitney and Meddy? So I thought, okay, naturally, people are going to say Whitney and Meddy. But they didn't.
I
And
feel like
who
in
was it?
there,
Was it
no.
Mitch? Mitch was in the room. And he was
Yeah.
like, oh, you lot bottled it. You lot
Yeah,
bottled it.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like, I don't know, I kind of see what he means because it's like, they're the one couple in the villa who are kind of like in a friendship-ish couple. I know they're trying to make things work, but
Yeah, but you
again,
got that vibe from
they've
them,
both
innit?
made it quite clear and they've
Yeah,
both
yeah.
said it that, they're not.
I kind of disagree. I feel like when you're in there, I don't know, I feel like everyone does see like they are on like a romantic level.
Really?
Yeah, I do. And I feel like, because one day Whitney said to me as well, because we were saying this earlier, I wanted a coffee and then Meddy was like, oh, I'll make you a coffee. I was like, oh, thank you. So he was making me a coffee and then Whitney got pissed because he didn't make her one.
What?
Yeah, and then she pulled me, like, we was chatting, and she was like, I feel like Meddy likes you. And I was like, what? I was like, where's that come from? Like, so random.
You know what? Whitney might be catching feelings now, you know.
I think so, and mainly because, like, when Whitney came into the villa, Meddy said straight away to me, was like, cool, everyone in the villa has said that they're a bad bitch. But Whitney has came that
she delivered.
She's just shown that she's a bad bitch, and he was like, I like that.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's you. He said, that's me. And I was like, do your thing, bro.
Go for it, man.
Yeah, literally. So, like, how they're complete opposites, I think that helps them a lot. And one thing as well about Meddy is that he knows how to get Whitney shy. Like, Whitney's
and
such
for
a
her
big
to be shy as well. Like, he's doing something right.
Like, on their date, just before they went out, like, Whitney was like standing in the corner and like playing with her hands, and I was thinking, Meddy, what have you done to Whitney to get
even when you
shy,
ask her questions, she doesn't. She's like, oh, less about me. I'm like, how's things? She's like, oh yeah, good. Anyway, less about me, and I'm like, no, expand. I need the deets. I need the goss. She's like, oh no, it's fine. She's like, I'm getting shy. Like, she definitely did get shy when you'd ask her like how things are.
So maybe it's a slow burner for them then.
100%.
I think so.
100%.
But I like it because I feel like as well, sometimes when people are so full on and laying it on thick, you think like, it's too good to be true. Whereas I feel like with them, especially when they had an argument one day, it was literally so awkward. Like, and then as soon as they like made up and they were like laughing again, it was like refreshing that they had like made up.
Is that the argument we saw where Meddy was asking Whitney
when Jess had cried?
Yeah,
yeah, because he was like, I'm not speaking to her, and then she was like, I'm not speaking to him, and I was like, guys, why don't you just speak? And then I was giving Whitney advice, even though I'm the most stubborn person in the world. I'm like, I can give really good advice, but taking it, I can't take my own advice. She's like, no, I'm not speaking to him. And then when they like spoke and they made up, I was happy because they were laughing again.
Yeah,
it's good.
That's good. What do you lot think of the whole Sammy basically saying that Scott would not find Catherine attractive?
Ooh.
Like, why was he so sure?
Baffs me.
Why was he so certain that Scott would not find Catherine attractive?
I have no idea. I really don't know what to say to that because I don't know.
Yeah, literally with that comment didn't sit right with me.
No.
So I was like, in a way,
why didn't it sit right with you?
Because it's that one that of course we're all entitled to our own opinions and whatnot, but to now enforce those opinions on other people and be like, like, no, because who are you to say?
Yeah, he doesn't
I
know.
don't like X, Y, Z.
Yeah, he has no idea.
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it didn't sit the best
because
with me.
Scott himself has literally said, you know, I'm attracted to her, I like her.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean?
And they had really long chats. I feel like Scott had really good chat, but I feel like with him and Catherine, they were speaking for a long time.
Yeah.
And even like all their chats, I think like two or three chats, they were
yeah.
speaking for a long time. So I do feel like he's definitely attracted to her. And
Absolutely.
she's stunning. Like, she's such a gorgeous girl.
She is.
Yes, indeed.
But how did it feel for you seeing, obviously, Catherine with a new guy?
You see, Twitter was going off of me. They were like, Audrey seeing Scott and Catherine kissing right now, and I was thinking, you guys chill. Mainly because it's that one there where we never got to the stage where it's like, I'm considering this girl to be my girlfriend. I was just getting to know her, do you know what I mean? And besides that, we were 2 weeks into Love Island. Of course, there was feelings that were brewing. However, in the villa, like, things move fast, do you know what I mean? So I understand that she got to do her thing. I'm not expecting her to be sitting down and thinking, oh, nah, but he's not Dre, and I want to do it, but he's not Dre. And of course, it's good to feel like that because I'm that guy, do you know what I mean? But she's got to move on, and so do I, do you know what I mean? And life just moves on. Time is of the essence, but we just got to keep it stepping. So, of course, it didn't feel good initially, but I've moved past it, like, and I'm rooting for everyone in the villa because, of course, knowing them personally, it's like, yeah, man, you guys do your thing, man. You know what I mean?
And did we see Montel, the new guy, with Catherine?
Mm-hmm.
They look like they've got chemistry, you know.
Yeah,
like, don't sleep on that one.
They do.
If anything, it looks like they could be a new couple in the next couple of days. That's what I'm predicting. That's what I'm predicting.
I think
Leah as well. I feel like, but then it's like, is he just chatting shit?
I actually think maybe Leah and Scott.
Me too. I said that. I said that when he came in. I was definitely saying like Leah and Scott. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Damn. But who do we think is the strongest couple in there now?
Do you know what? Yeah, I'd have to say I've got two.
Me too.
Yeah, and I think they're the same.
Same.
Yeah, so it's Ty and Ella.
Yeah.
And Meddy and Whitney.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Mainly because like it's that one there. When it's too smooth sailing, it's like there's problems that you guys are gonna face in the villa, and if you guys aren't getting past those problems, then it's too good to be true. And it's that one there where we're aiming to get into relationships where we're here, of course, but then when we get to the outside, that's where the big problems are. That's when the DMs are popping. That's when it's, do you know what I mean? So I feel like Ty and Ella and Meddy and Whitney are getting over those challenges properly. They're dealing with it in a mature manner, do you know what I mean?
You've got the same ones?
Yeah, exactly the same, yeah.
Who do we think is the weakest couple in there at the moment?
Mitch and Leah, because I don't think it's on a romantic level.
Yeah, for
And Sammy and Jess, because I just feel like he has a wandering eye and he's very flirty and he plays it down, you know, like when he said Leah's a test. Like, no.
Damn, that's the
and
worst.
he didn't even have a chat with her before. It's like so muggy.
Yeah.
So yeah, those as well. Yeah, I'd say those two for the weakest.
And Casa Amor is obviously like around the corner.
I know. I can't believe it's so soon. I
It's
keep feeling like it's
around
ages
the
away. I can't
corner.
wait.
Who do we think is going to crumble in Casa Amor? See, obviously you said Ty and Ella, but I'm not going to lie. I feel like there's hell around the corner for them.
Do you
For
think?
Casa Amor, yeah.
I feel like he's very, very flirty, like very, 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 very flirty. He was with me, especially in the beginning when he was like playing it down and like there was like conversations and like flirty chats that we had that wasn't aired.
With Ty?
Yeah, with
What
Ty.
was he like? What was he like?
right.
He was so flirty. Like there was like conversation on the day bed because I went to go for a wee and it was like near the day bed and then he was like, oh, come here, and then I like went over chatted to him and then before you know it he's like, oh, do you prefer like your legs open or legs closed? Like he didn't just come out of that, but he was coming out of like this yeah and
Wait,
then,
so you're talking about like sex positions and stuff?
no, I forgot what we were even speaking about. Because also when we had the challenge, you know, where I kissed him.
Yeah.
So I kissed him and then he was like, oh, you didn't pick me for any like sex positions. And I was thinking, like, you're literally such a flirt. But then I do feel like he's just used to being like a bit of a fuck boy and just like flirting with anyone and anything. That's what I said. I gave him the red card. I gave him the red card because I said he flirts with like anyone and anything with a pulse because he's very flirty. But yeah, and then when I kissed him, I just kissed him because I thought, you know, like he's fit. But then I said to Ella afterwards, I was like, it's not like that though. And then the next day, the flirty, it was like I would say something flirty, then he would, and we were like bouncing off each other. So then before you knew it, it was like, God. And I thought, God, yesterday I was literally saying to her, like, it's not like that. And then here I am the next day, like being asked if I like my legs open or closed. And then when I said to her the next day, I was like, listen, like it has actually got like flirty. But then,
But did you tell her about that conversation?
I mean, I didn't go to like details. I just said,
Why?
like,
No, you don't
I
need to
just
start spilling
said,
the tea,
yeah,
you know.
I know.
You don't need to start spilling the
I said to her, I was
tea.
like, just to let you know, like maybe it is like a bit like more on that level, and we are like flirty, and he is very flirty. And she was like, oh my God, is he? And I was like, yeah.
Do we think she's a bit naive?
Who, Ella?
Who, Ella?
Look, Ty has said it with his mouth. He has said, my body count is over 100. He's
I
basically said,
know.
I am a self-proclaimed fuckboy. So like, and he's happy to. Do you know what I mean? He's happy
admit.
about it. Do you know, obviously he does
Yeah,
like
yeah.
her, like he does 100% like her, but
Yeah.
he's been honest with her
Yeah, he's
about
been-
everything.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
when I've seen the scenes and she's crying and she's upset, I'm like, girl, wake up and smell the goddamn coffee because he's literally
Yeah.
told you with his mouth. Like the thing is, I actually want Ty and Ella to work out, but I just think she needs to smell the coffee a bit and just be alert of like, all right, he's this kind of guy. Like, so you can't break down in tears because he's kind of giving you the lowdown already about the type of guy he
being
is.
honest.
He's been
100%.
honest.
He has, yeah.
Yeah,
And I feel like he
100%.
wasn't scared, to be honest, when we had the balloon challenge and like we were having like sex positions, like kissing, all that dares and stuff. He didn't want it to end. And he literally said, like in front of everyone, he was like, oh, is there any more balloons? I don't want it
Bring
to
the
end. And
balloons
she was
out.
literally like, she's like eye rolling and like shaking her head. And it's like, he's not afraid to like, I think he said it like twice as well. It wasn't as if he said it the first time, was like, oh shit. He literally said it again.
Do you know what though? Like, I just think Ella needs to almost accept that side of his character.
Yeah,
that he's
yeah,
flirtatious.
100%,
So that's what I'm saying with Casa Amor and then movie
hear
night.
it. I hear
You
all
just-
Oh
movie night.
my.
Oh my God.
Movie night. Oh,
Oh my God.
So Andre, obviously that's your boy. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts?
I know he's not gonna be able to hear this, but if I was to talk to him, I'd say, move under the radar. Do what you gotta do. Move under the radar. Move smart. You know what I mean? You gotta be smart with this one
So
here.
you don't
'cause-
think he's moving too smart? He's moving a bit
I-
bait.
I think he's moving considerably smart. However, there's a big,
There's
big
cracks.
game. Yeah, there's
cracks,
There's
sure.
cracks here and there. So he has to be moving very, very smart for this big game that's coming.
Yeah.
Right now, everyone's playing like Premier League. but we've got Champions
Yes.
League game.
It's on its way.
It's on its way.
Who in the villa do we think is playing a game? As in, you know, like they're
1, 2, 3, Mitch. Yeah, Mitch.
Is it?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
What
I
is it like? Just playing the game 100%?
Yeah, I just feel like he just tells like everyone the same sort of stuff. Like he was saying to me like when it was obviously me and Leah coming in, he was like, "Oh, I vibe with you more. Like with me and you, it's like more flirty." And then the next minute, I hear like he really likes Leah, and I was thinking, who was that I was just speaking to then? Because you've literally just told me like you're more into me than you are into Leah, and now all of a sudden you're saying to Leah and everyone else. So I was a bit confused. I didn't see him on like a romantic level anyway, but. Don't lie. Be honest.
Do you know what
I don't
my
care.
theory is? I think he's just trying to get into a stable couple.
Yeah, me too.
You know them couples that like they're not really rock, they chill and sail to the end.
Yeah.
And he's trying to find who that person is.
Yeah, 100%.
Because even the way he was behaving with Molly, I'm like, my
Calm.
brother, he was on his hands and knees
I know.
begging for
I
her
know, I
love.
know.
I said, you can't be this, you can't be this type of person. I don't believe it. But I don't know, I just thought maybe he was a simp, maybe he loved her, but then at the same time, I feel like now, like I'm reading people's commentary on Twitter and people are like, actually, he might be playing a game because he might be just trying to get one stable girl and just sail out until the end.
I think so. I personally think so.
It could be.
I don't
'Cause,
know.
like, even the point that you made as well, Charlotte, I remember saying this before, where like, in terms of repeating things that he said before,
Yeah.
I remember when he was talking to Leo, right? And I can't remember what he mentioned, but Leah turned around to him and she was like, "Do you know you said that to Molly? I saw that in episode 2." And
Because he
like,
says the same stuff and then he was obviously forgot that
yeah,
me and Leah
that
could see.
you guys have watched
yeah.
it. So Leo was like, "I've remembered this conversation word for word, bar for bar. You've said this all to Molly. Now you're just saying this all to me at the same time."
Wow.
And I can
He lays it on quite thick as well. He won't be like flirty and be like,
I
"Oh,
like
you've got
you.
lovely legs" or whatever.
need to have kids.
He'll be like, "Oh, my mum and sister will really like you."
Oh,
and he's
my
like, "Oh, well, you can
gosh.
come and see me. We can go for like a dog walk." Because I've got a dog and he's got 2 dogs.
Yeah.
No, top guy.
And I'll be like, "Well, I'm not
sometimes.
coming to you." And he's, "Oh, well, I can come down to Bournemouth." It's quite like, he lays it on thick and then all of a sudden it's
I
like.
can come down to Bournemouth. What is going
Yeah.
on?
So I feel like it's just it comes across a little bit fake because it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think like he must have mentioned it to you, like marriage. Was it marriage? Or,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think that
kids.
was the
I said I want 4
yeah,
kids because I'm like that.
kids
I'm very
and-
upfront. I think I know what I want.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I want a baby daddy. I want kids. And I think everyone was like, "Oh my God, calm yourself." But then with him, he was like, because I was just saying in general, I want 4. And then he was like, "Oh, well, would you settle for 3?
Oh my.
Yeah.
He's actually planning it in his
Yeah,
head.
and there's me
I think,
just
hold on,
saying
I think
in
he's
general.
that type of person, you know. He's one of them kind of guys.
And then he was like, "Oh, have you got any like baby names?" And I was like, "Oh no, I haven't got that far yet." And then he was, I think he told me that it was like, oh my God, what was the name? I swear, is his surname's like Taylor?
Yeah.
I might be just like chatting shit, but I'm sure he said
Taylor.
Taylor.
you did,
And I was
you
like,
did, you did.
it's
You
a no
said
from
Taylor,
me.
Taylor.
I'm not having a
That's
kid.
scary. You know?
Taylor though. I don't like
That's
that name. I don't like that name.
scary.
Yeah.
Yikes. So, Casa, are we thinking Whitney and Meddy will survive Casa?
I think they will.
Do we think they'll reach
I
Casa?
personally.
I
Andre?
hope so. I
hope they
so.
will. I hope they will.
I hope that they do. Because Meddy was my best friend, and like I got along with everyone. Like me and Charlotte both got along with everyone. Not saying
Yeah.
that there's people in that don't get along with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's for the people watching to decide for
Yeah.
themselves. But me and Charlotte, like we got along with everyone. So yeah, with Meddy being one of my best friends in there, I'm wishing nothing but the best for him, and everything's going well for him as well now. So
Yeah, I think they will.
we'll see.
What about Zach and Molly?
I think they'll just last till the end. I think, yeah, I don't overly rate them as a couple.
Yeah. But I do have a feeling they'll probably last till near the finals.
Yeah, me too. I don't think either of their heads will turn.
No.
For anyone, even if they like want to inside, I just think they're just gonna stay like safe, play it safe, and just stay together.
Yeah. Now, in tonight's episode, they're playing a game of, I think, Truth or Dare.
Oh, juicy.
And Zach basically admits that
Yes,
he has
cheated.
before.
Yeah.
And then Jess then comes out and Jess says, once a cheater, always a cheater. Do you agree with that statement?
I do. Yes. Do you know
I don't.
Have you cheated before?
Yeah. Openly, yeah. When I was with my childhood sweetheart, I was very young, but I was with my ex for 11 years.
Yeah.
And I was a flight attendant, and I ended up, we was on a break, but I still class it as cheating. And I told him, and like now I would never. So I can go from my experience. And also I feel like before I would always be like, oh my God, people that cheat, like I can't believe it. But then it's like, then when I was in that position, it's still, we was on a break, but I still do class it as, you know, cheating. And I told him, I said like, look, like I've kissed someone, like things clearly aren't like working out, like we need to just stop this now. But I think it depends as well, because I was very young. I'm not saying that's like an excuse and it wasn't nice at all, but I've learned from that. And I just think how I am now is not how I was when I was like 18.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I agree with you, to be honest. And like all the guys in the villa, like we all knew of that secret of his like way before. Like he had he had told us, but like.
What, did he sleep with someone, or was it? Or you don't know?
I'm not too. It's
Okay.
not. It's
Well,
not.
he
Yeah,
did
yeah.
just
I
say
don't
it
know
was
if
a
he.
secret.
I
It
didn't
was
know if
secret
he had
that-
like
but
opened
that's
up or
cool.
like was
He
it
probably
like an
opened up about it
affair
on the episode today.
Yeah.
It was I remember when he first told us it was the first challenge that we done. It was like the beanstalk challenge, and he was afraid that one of the secrets was going to be that he cheated on X amount of partners.
was there more than one?
I mean, it's an
Oh,
episode,
Christ.
He's cheated on a few people.
Hey, that's not my words. That's not my.
Okay.
I thought it was just one.
Yeah. He's clearly not learned from his
Why?
mistakes.
Yes, I hear it then because.
Yeah, I hear that
It's
as well.
not my words. It's not my words. Me, I want peace.
Yeah.
I don't want problems. I want peace. Don't bring me problems.
No, you didn't say anything though. You didn't say anything. But wow, I don't know. Once a cheater, always a cheater. I agree with it.
When it's multiple
I agree.
times.
Yeah, when it's multiple times, then. So you saying you think your boy's a bit of a serial cheater? Because you've just said when it's multiple times, and you've just said he's done it multiple times.
What?
Well, if he's done it more than one, no.
You can pass. You can forfeit this question.
For this one here, that is evident, and we even had this conversation. That me and Zach, and we were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, like it's a bit sticky that the cheating's happened X amount of times, but from his perspective on it, it was like you were saying, where there's been a several amount of years, in regards to that happening, and that he's matured now.
It's true.
I do think though it is in some people. Like I do think some people they will always cheat. So whether it's him or not is another question. But yeah, I don't know enough.
Yeah.
Let me just drink my drink. I feel like some people they just got it within them to just go out and cheat.
Yeah,
and just cause havoc and problems. Those are the people that I can't bring back to my mom. I cannot bring them. I can't. Because now when mom's is asking, oh, how did you do it? I'll be thinking,
shit, yeah.
I'll just I'll bite my tongue. She's good.
She's good. End of. Change convo.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Moving on.
Don't ask me about her no more, man. I'm good. That's it, man.
Oh, cool. What's next for you two? Are you just enjoying the Love Island ride at the moment?
Yeah, it just feels like so surreal. Like it's just trying to like sink in like everything. I'm like, what the hell's happening? But we've been busy as well the past like few days, especially because we've done like few bits together.
Yeah.
So yeah, just spending time, family, friends. I still haven't unpacked.
Wow.
Yeah, I still haven't unpacked.
So
like, I need to call my nan today actually because I feel like my phone's just been going off. Yeah, I rang her briefly yesterday, but it's just going through like the DMs. I just need to think of like a plan and like what route I want to go down and yeah.
Well, the world's your oyster, guys.
Yeah, can't wait.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, man.
Thank you so much.